Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict super micro computer stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Super micro stock soared 15.7% on Wednesday. The reason is that on Wednesday, the company announced a $20 billion deal with Saudi Arabian data center company Datavolt. This deal is extremely critical to the price trend of the company's stock in the coming weeks. After the stock price surged on Wednesday, the stock may turn from a consolidation trend to an upward trend, and the highest price created during Wednesday's trading session may be the high point of the first wave of the stock's upward trend. The stock's trading volume on Wednesday was significantly enlarged, and the signal of intraday capital selling was very obvious. This shows that as the stock price gapped up, a large amount of profit-making capital sold its chips, which may have caused a large amount of funds to flow out of the market on that day. If the stock continues to rise in the next few weeks, it seems very reasonable for the stock price to adjust downward rapidly. In addition, technically, the current stock price of the stock is significantly above the 5-day moving average, which means that the stock is also facing certain correction pressure. Through the 30-minute chart of the stock, we can see that the stock price has been in a consolidation trend from April 30th to May 12th, and a large amount of long capital should have accumulated here. On May 13th, the stock price entered a strong pull-up stage, and the trading volume was significantly enlarged. But the long capital that pushed the stock price up has not yet exited the market. The stock price jumped up on May 14th and the trading volume was further enlarged. On that day, the bulls tried to push the stock price further up but were suppressed by the bears. Although the stock price remained at a certain height at the close, the signal of capital selling was very obvious. This means that part of the long capital that entered the market at a low level may have exited the market. This may cause the stock to lose the momentum for further rise. Of course, if the stock price pulls back, the support position of the stock is also obvious. The stock should have long capital involved in the stock on May 13th. If the stock price pulls back to this position, then the stock may be supported by the bulls again. But if it falls below this area, that is, the level of $34.50, then the situation may become bad, but this possibility does not seem great. Through the position distribution of the stock, we seem to be able to more clearly identify the support position of the stock. We can see that the stock currently has some positions distributed in the $43.40 to $46 area. However, the position volume of the stock in the $38.80 to $27.60 area has decreased significantly after the close of Wednesday, but most of it is still retained, indicating that there is still a large amount of long capital in this area that has not yet exited the market. So from this point of view, the support position of the stock is very clear. The first support position is $38.80, and the second is $34.20. Even if the stock price continues to fall after filling the gap, it is expected that the stock will not fall below $34.20. Unless the stock encounters major negative news in the off-market, even if the stock price falls back, it is expected that its callback space will not be large. In the 3 trading days this week, the stock has accumulated a 40% increase, and the market value has now reached $26.8 billion. Despite this, Citi still maintains a neutral rating and a target price of $37 for the stock. Citi's analysis shows that the news on Wednesday had a positive impact on the demand momentum of super micro products. However, as the contract is a multi-year contract, the financial institution has not yet determined its impact on annualized revenue. Citi's rating on Supermicro remains cautious and maintains a neutral/high risk rating, mainly due to the increasing competitive pressure in the industry. In addition, on Wednesday, Goldman Sachs analyst Michael Ng maintained a sell rating on Supermicro shares, with a target price of $24. Goldman Sachs acknowledged the potential impact of the deal and said it could herald that AI infrastructure will go beyond existing major players and cover a wider customer base. If the transaction period is 5 years, the profit margin is 5%, and the entire $20 billion is used for IT hardware revenue, Supermicro's annual revenue will reach $4 billion and EBIT will reach $200 million. Despite this, Goldman Sachs' rating remains unchanged. This is the option data based on the distribution of strike prices for Supermicro stocks expiring on May 23. It is obvious that call options account for a higher proportion of transactions. The strike price range with a higher proportion of call option transactions is between $40 and $58, with a peak of $50. The strike price range with a higher proportion of put option transactions is between $46 and $27. This set of data reflects that most investors believe that the stock may still rise to $50 or even higher in the short term. Let's go back to the daily chart of the stock. The stock fell 3% in pre-market trading on Thursday, which indicates that the stock may enter a correction or consolidation mode next. In the absence of major negative news in the market, it is unlikely that the stock will pull back sharply in one trading day. The bulls of the stock may maintain the stock price at a certain height, and it may even break through $46. But the stock does not seem to have much room to rise further, because the stock currently has accumulated a lot of profitable positions in the low area, which will suppress the height of the stock price. So I think this wave of rise may not break through the $48 level, and then the stock will enter a downtrend, and the target price may be around $38.80, and then the stock will rebound again. Okay, guys, this is my price prediction for Supermicro computer stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.